Welcome back to the Popcorn Hour. I'm your co-host James. That's your co-host Matt. And today we're going to be talking about Leonardo DiCaprio's being starred in two huge movies between Michael Mann and Martin Scorsese. Him is starting to tank at the box office. Weapons might be getting a prequel. Teddy Ruxpin is getting a movie. We have news with Spider-Man, Warner Brothers. We got a lot for this one. But so I've seen that we've gotten comments about, because I've used the term, what makes a movie, film, or cinema. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like up for interpretation, kind of, because film is an art form, so it's subjective. Mm-hmm. And like it's how you would classify it. Like recently, like I'll just kind of rattle off a few examples of what I watched that I would classify with that. Like I watched Superman again. To me, that's just a movie. It's entertaining. For me, movie means it's entertaining. And like it doesn't really have any spectacular like filmmaking aspects of it, even though like Superman does. But I mean, I consider like cinema like something that is generational or like lasts with you, or is just really thought-provoking, or just incredible art and not just entertainment.
Yeah, I'd say so. Or even just like I don't know, maybe you could say something that's more so not having to watch or pay attention to. So like Superman, like yes, you pay attention to it, but there's not a whole lot of thought process in it. And whereas like films or cinema, there's a lot of thinking aspects for the viewer, or kind of leaves you with something later on, and then you really have to pay attention to what is actually like every aspect of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Like I think one of the most thought-provoking movies, everyone knows it. It's such a common answer, but that's why it's a common answer. Is it because it is that way? Is 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Like that like you're supposed to leave the movie with more questions than answers, and you're supposed to like discover that yourself. Like it is supposed to change the way that you think.
Yeah.
Or like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
That one makes you think. One that I watched recently, Memories of Murder, Bong Joon-ho, Korean foreign film, makes you think. It's a good movie. I consider that one cinema.
Okay.
But, yeah. Okay. Anyway, you want to start off with what you watched since your last film?
Yeah. Nothing.
What?
So as far as movies go, nothing. I would turn stuff on right before I go to bed, but I didn't watch it. I didn't go back to it. Like Superman, 2003, Hulk, stuff like that. But I didn't really go back to it. And then it's really just been wrestling the last couple of days. You know, SmackDown on Friday, WrestlePalooza on Saturday, which was a total tank of a show. And then Monday Night Raw, NXT. So just a lot of wrestling the last couple of days, and just haven't really watched a whole lot of TV. Elizabeth's had The Rookie on last couple of days. I got her a cameo of Eric Winter, who plays Bradford, in it. I'll show you the video later. I already gave it to her for her graduating with her master's degree. So she was really happy about that, but now she's on like a whole rookie vibe these days because of that. So
since we last filmed, I watched Superman because Dad hadn't seen it. Mm-hmm. I think watching this one now, as a generic like critical standpoint, I think the movie's like a 2.
Really?
Maybe a 1.5, 2.
Really?
But enjoyment and like what I got out of it as a viewer, I'm still sticking with a 3.5.
I think with that one, and I listened to James Gunn on Two Bears today, and
he was on Two Bears.
Yeah, it's pretty insight. It's a pretty insightful episode. It's just Tom, so which makes it more educational and informative rather than Bert just
like wheezing.
Yeah. So, but I think his movies and TV shows are gonna really come together when there's more of them, and that'll change whether or not they're great movies in TV, rather than just looking at it individually with the start of, Creature Commandos and Superman, and then now Peacemaker, and then we'll get Man of Tomorrow, and then
Lanterns.
Supergirl next year, Man of Tomorrow the year after that. So I think once you have all of these together,
Clayface.
yeah, Clayface. I think after all of these are together and you watch them kind of like if you were to rewatch all the MCU movies, they're all going to connect in some sort of way, a meaningful way, where it's going to make each one better.
Yeah, because I think the MCU is just a timeline, but where James Gunn is going is more of a collage, like comics.
Yeah,
or kind of like I immediately thought of like Pulp Fiction, how there's 3 individual stories that it's a collage of like extended short films, just thrown in, and each one is different, has a different tone.
Yeah, and I think compared to the MCU, James Gunn's DCU is going to. Each film is going to have each film and TV show is going to have major ramifications for the next one. Whereas MCU is just, they kept everything separate and then they brought them together and then used in credit scenes to really bring it together. So I think that's what it's going to look like.
And then I watched Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder. This is one I've been wanting to watch for a while, and I really enjoyed this movie a lot. It's such a dark and messed up story, and it kind of makes it a little bit harder to watch knowing that it is true. But like, there's no way to explain this without you not watching it. But it's got amazing comedy in it. Like it's so weird how Bong Joon-ho can like blend comedy with something like this. But it was really good. I liked it a lot. Then I watched Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull, Sam Mendes' Jarhead, Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof. That's the first time I've seen it. Now the only one I have to watch left to finish Tarantino's catalog is Jackie Brown. But Death Proof was a fun movie. Definitely not Tarantino's best. People consider it his worst. I think it's just if Tarantino made a movie just to have fun. That's what this movie is. And then Adam McKay's The Big Short. Watched that for the first time. Yeah. I love this movie.
It's a good movie.
That is a great movie. And then David Fincher's Seven.
Okay. Nice. Dang, you watched a lot. Kind of catching up.
So, it was all in 2 days.
Oh, wow. You had nothing to do. Okay. I got it.
But, good movies. Anyway, box office numbers. Lost it for a second. There we go. So, at number 1, we have Demon Slayer again at 70 million and a total 177. Number 2, Conjuring Last Rites, 25 million. 332 million total. Number 3 is Weapons with 10 million and in total like 260 million. Freakier Friday, 6.8 million and in total like 130. Number 5 is Fantastic Four, First Steps at around 10 million and in total like 480. And then number 6 we have The Bad Guys 2 at 7 million and in total around 100. And K-Pop Demon Hunters at 19 million, which I don't know why this one was down here. In total 40. And then last we have Nobody 2 at around 5 million and in total like 30.
No Jurassic World?
Nope.
Oh, nice. Finally.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I feel like that took forever for Jurassic World 2 no longer be in theaters.
It did.
Because they re-released it while it was like still in theaters. That was weird.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. All right. So first off, let's talk Spider-Man Brand New Day. 1, Tom Holland was injured.
Oh.
You didn't hear that?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, he cracked his head.
What?
Performing a stunt.
What?
Yeah, he had to be hospitalized.
What?
I don't know what the real story is because I try to look it up, see what actually happened. There's not a specific thing of what they said happened, but also like his injuries, they're kind of all over the place. Some are saying that he is just in concussion protocol, and then he just bonked his head and had a concussion and went to the doctor. Some are saying that he legit cracked his like skull, but and it's kind of differing what actually happened. I did see something where his dad said that he won't be shooting for a little bit until he heals up. So hopefully that's a speedy recovery and he can get back to finishing this film and then take a break. Or if he just needs to take a break now, let him take a break now, because that's scary stuff. So
wow, first Henry Cavill, now Tom Holland.
I know, yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's putting in the work and it's kind of getting hurt from it.
That sucks.
Yeah. Also with Spider-Man Brand New Day, Marvin Jones III has been cast as Tombstone in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh.
He previously voiced the character in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He was also the big bad in Black Lightning. So
Okay.
I think the way this is going to work is I do think that Tombstone is going to be a prominent player later on. Maybe
I
not
think
in
he's
this
just
film.
a side character probably now.
Well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to open up with a montage of Peter's last 3 years, and you'll see a plethora of villains that he's faced over the last 3 years, and then we'll get into Scorpion, and then I guess Scorpion's gonna have his classic comic book look, and then towards the end of the film get the Venom suit symbiote. So
There's a lot happening with this movie.
yeah, it's a lot, and so I think Tombstone will be in that montage, but then I think he might be more of a player in the next one or maybe even the third one.
Do you think he's going to be like the Penguin in this movie, as Penguin was in the Batman?
I don't think so.
Just
I think
kinda
it's
like
more
on
so
the side.
maybe even the way they did it in the Spider-Man game.
Okay. Yeah. He's kind of like Penguin in that. Just kind of on the
it's
side.
just more so on the side than he was as Penguin was. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah.
So the next we have Netflix is now trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Wow. So Paramount originally tried to buy Warner Brothers, and now Netflix wants to get in on some of the action.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change anything on who buys it. These kind of companies are publicly traded every day, so I don't think it's going to really change anything. I've seen a lot of people.
It's also definitely not just Netflix.
Yeah, no, there's probably others that those like Paramount and Netflix are the two big ones that are in the news for it. But I've seen some people that are kind of wondering how it's going to work if Netflix does purchase Warner Brothers from a WWE standpoint, because Netflix has a deal with WWE to have in the States you have Monday Night Raw. Over every other country in the world has everything WWE related: Raw, NXT, SmackDown, premium live events, some catalog, I think maybe. But Warner Brothers has a deal with WWE's competitor AEW, and so now AEW is on HBO Max for their shows plus their pay-per-views. So some people are wondering if Netflix does buy it, what is that going to look like between those two wrestling companies? I don't think it's going to make a big deal. I don't think it's going to change anything. I don't think, it's just something for Netflix to expand. But I do think maybe if Netflix does buy it, we'll get more stuff DC related was on HBO Max, no longer on HBO Max, and move it over to Netflix, because they would easily be able to do that.
That'd be nice.
So who knows? I don't know. But I don't think it's going to make that big of a deal. It's one of those, like, who cares type of things. Like I said, parent company or these huge conglomerate companies are publicly traded every day. And, it really takes a lot for a big change to affect everybody. So we'll see.
So the next thing I have, this is probably the most exciting for me. But Michael Mann, who has directed one of my favorite movies, Thief, that is cinema. 1991 Thief, starring James Caan. Amazing. But he directed that. He directed Heat, directed Ferrari with Adam Driver, Manhunter. But he is directing Heat 2.
Oh, I did see that.
and
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio will be in Heat 2.
Nice.
And Martin Scorsese, I guess, is not doing this mafia Hawaiian movie. He's doing, well, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are both going to star in it. And the movie is called, it's based on a book called What Happens at Night. It's about a couple who are traveling to England or to Europe to adopt a child in like a haunted hotel and encounter bizarre characters as their marriage and group and reality unravel. Which sounds weird that Scorsese's directing this, but he directed Shutter Island, so I think he's just going back to that.
Yeah, that's what
which makes me wonder if he's gonna do another like Departed or another Aviator type of movie, or another Wolf of Wall Street type.
Oh, that's cool.
But it'll be cool seeing Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio in a Scorsese movie.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right.
I have no idea what Heat 2 is going to be about.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I have no idea.
That'll be interesting. Okay. Trailer wise, we got the first trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu. It will reportedly be attached to Tron Ares, which is scheduled to release in theaters October 10th. Mandalorian and Grogu is set to release May 22nd, 2026. I watched it.
Thoughts?
I have no idea what it's about. Like, yeah, they didn't
Is it
show
just
anything.
like a teaser?
Yeah.
Like an
I say
extended
it's,
teaser?
Yeah, it's an extended teaser, I think, because there's very little speaking. You kind of see some of the characters. We'll get some prominent characters from Star Wars Rebels, and Grogu is his usual baby, but some comedy aspects to him as well. And then Din Djarin is Mando. I don't know. Maybe I think it's just going to be an extended, like kind of just
Like the Breaking
a
Bad
season
movie?
of. I think it's going to be season 4 of The Mandalorian, essentially. So I don't know.
Kind of like El Camino?
Yeah, I guess something like that.
So, like, I like El Camino. Not a lot of... Have you
I didn't
seen
watch it.
Not a lot of people like El Camino. It's a good movie, but it's not a movie that you can just, like, watch.
Yeah,
Like, you have to watch Breaking Bad.
yeah.
Like, I would never...
Because it takes place like right afterwards,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
it's Jesse's story.
yeah,
But, like, if I couldn't just... I'm going to watch El Camino. I would... every time I've seen it, it was after I watched Breaking Bad.
yeah.
But so for this, I feel like it's going to be the same way. Like, it's not going to be watchable unless you watch all of The Mandalorian up until...
Yeah, and it might connect to some other stuff later on down the line, but I mean, I don't think it's anything that's going to be amazing. So we'll see. Another trailer that I watched is The Bride. I watched that this morning. Directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, starring Christian Bale, and you have Jake Gyllenhaal in there as well, and then you have, oh man, I lost it. There we go. Here we go. Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jesse Buckley as the Bride of Frankenstein, Peter Skarsgård as a detective, Penelope Cruz as Myrna. So that's Julianne Hough. That's interesting. So the trailer is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of show a lot, but there's also, I think Christian Bale's going to have a lot of emotional moments in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of anger, and then a lot of sadness. And I think it could be a roller coaster ride, in my opinion.
Okay, so within the next 2 years, we're getting like 3 Frankenstein projects, but the next 2 are The Bride, which is just The Bride of Frankenstein, and then Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So, which do you think will be better?
Based on the trailers, I think I'll like...
You watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein
Yeah.
trailer? What do you think of that? I haven't seen it.
It's pretty good. I mean, I think if you just compare the 2 trailers, I think I'll enjoy Frankenstein more.
Okay.
I think if The Bride needs to have some sort of beginning, opening of how events unfolded, as far as
Frankenstein's
monster, Frankenstein, where is Frankenstein, and then how they kind of, because in the trailer they're kind of wrapped in like normal life, and
Like
almost
modern day
yeah, it seems modern day.
in The Bride.
Yes,
Okay,
I think I might rewatch it again, but I'm pretty sure
okay.
it's going to be more modern.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Seeing Frankenstein in
instead
a
of
modern age instead of the one with Aaron Eckhart. That was weird.
yeah. So
That was a bad movie.
yeah, it was, but we'll see. I mean, I'll watch both of them, and we'll see what happens.
I wonder. Well, because Maggie Gyllenhaal's directing,
Mhm.
and this is her second movie.
Second one, yeah.
She's got a great cast. Guillermo del Toro's got a great cast.
Mhm.
I do love the original James Whale Frankenstein from 1931.
Mhm.
And I need to rewatch The Bride of Frankenstein, James Whale's. But which do you think has a more stacked cast?
Between these two,
Yeah.
I would say maybe The Bride.
Because Guillermo del Toro has Christoph Waltz,
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi. I feel like those are the big three. But this one has Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yeah. And Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
That's yeah. I think they're neck and neck. I think it's just going to be based off of performance and story, which one is better. Which I mean, it doesn't matter which one is better, in my opinion. Unless one totally bombs, then maybe.
I would like to see Maggie Gyllenhaal like have some sort of role on screen because I think that's pretty cool. It would be something kind of like The Disaster Artist, how James Franco directed and starred, and then Dave Franco also starred in it, so we had to see them on screen. So I think that'd be cool to see Maggie and Jake Gyllenhaal on screen again, because it was pretty funny in Donnie Darko because they played siblings.
Yeah.
In Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool seeing them on screen, even if it was just like if she just had a cameo in it. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. We'll see. So according to a report from Variety, the iconic 80s toy Teddy Ruxpin is being developed as a live-action movie by Amazon MGM Studios. Dwayne Johnson 7 Bucks Productions and Story Kitchen are set to produce the film. There's no plot or whatever. There's nothing explaining what this movie is going to be about. It was pitched with a tone of Sonic the Hedgehog meets Elf. So I think like if you look at anything like that, I mean Sonic the Hedgehog, Hop, Ted, like
Yogi Bear.
Like all of those, like they're all the same.
Christopher Robin movie.
Yeah, so like they're all the same. Where you got live action and then like a
Animated character.
Yeah, character.
Caricature.
I wonder, because I wonder if it's going to be more towards kids, or if it's going to be like Ted,
or if it's going to be like Winnie the Pooh. What is it, Blood and Honey?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's going to do that, but
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see. I thought that was an interesting, because my first thought was we already had Ted.
Yeah.
And that was more like an adult related thing. And is Ted a Teddy Ruxpin? He's not a Teddy Ruxpin, is he? No,
because he gets made fun of for being a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't know. Hopefully they don't do the same thing where it's very similar to Ted, because it'll probably not do well.
Speaking of Ted, are they getting a season 2?
I have no idea. Probably not.
We also have Him is not doing great at the box office. I mean, the box office is it's kind of slowing down because it's been getting terrible reviews.
This is very theatrical, but the story's not there.
Yeah,
right?
People say that like there's just an element missing, or it's tackling too many themes, or there's just too much happening. I wonder if this is because we're watching it tomorrow, so I wonder if in our episode on Tuesday will be about Him. So, I mean, we'll see, but I wonder if it's a writing thing or if it's a director thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, we'll see if it's a directing thing or a writer's.
Yeah.
Or if there's just or if it was a producer thing or editing thing, because movies are like made in the editing room.
Mm-hmm.
That what you get on.
I think based off the trailer, the editing is going to be fantastic.
Say that again.
Fantastic.
But if, like, when you film something, that what you had filmed, that's just like the tool, and then you put everything together in the editing room. So,
okay,
could be that.
Yeah,
we'll see. And then we also apparently Weapons.
Yep,
might be getting a prequel.
So in recent talk with Fangoria, director Zach Cregger confirmed plans to make a prequel based around the character Gladys. And we talked about it in our Weapons episode, but we didn't really want that.
Yeah.
But nobody cares what we want, so.
Yeah. I like the thought of Gladys
being a mystery?
Just being a mystery. It adds more to her character, I feel like, and I feel like if we see the inside on it, then it'll kind of take away some of that mysterious element.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that want to see this movie.
I mean, I could see, like, why. Like, I want to see it because Zach Cregger is just such a odd director.
Yeah.
And I would just like to see him just hit the next movie that he directs, which is going to be this. So,
yeah.
I'll watch it because I like his direction, but I don't really care to know about Gladys's story.
Yeah.
And I mean, it depends what they do with it. That's just kind of hearsay, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens with it. We'll see. I'm not gonna make predictions that's gonna be bad or anything.
Right. Yeah. Netflix is making Guillermo del Toro's next project, The Boy in the Iron Box, based on the novella series from Chuck Hogan and Guillermo del Toro. This will be a 6-episode series and will continue the Netflix relationship that del Toro already has going, Frankenstein releasing next month and releasing altogether in November. The story revolves around a plane carrying a team of mercenaries that crash lands on a remote snowy summit. When they come across a maze-like stone fortress, it's no refuge from the wolves and freezing wind. It's a trap. What they discover can stop the heart or worse. As terror takes a new shape, the real battle for survival begins.
Okay.
Del Toro has already picked up Rupert Friend, Kevin Durand, and Jaden Martell to star in the series. David Pryor will direct from his script per deadline. Del Toro has carved out a lovely niche for himself, and I think a lot of people are coming to love what he's doing now.
No Ron Perlman?
Not yet.
I like to see them work together again.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Benny Safdie's doing a weird one after Smashing Machine.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. This seems like an interesting movie. I don't know how good it will be, but I don't know. I've never watched this novella series, so I don't really know what this is going to entail. I mean, I get some horror from the synopsis. I get maybe some weird antics that just kind of pop out of nowhere that we're unsure of, but I really have no idea what to expect from this at all. So, I don't know. Last thing I have, which I'm excited for, but it will very much depend on how it's done. Kenan Thompson is developing a Macho Man Randy Savage biopic.
Wow.
Yeah. It has to be somebody that can have the look and also do the voice. Because if you can't do the voice, you're not Macho Man. I can't do the voice, so I'm not going to be trying to do an impersonation. There are several people that can do really, really good Macho Mans.
Do you think...
What?
Wait, who's in charge of this?
Kenan Thompson from SNL.
Okay, so do you think that when he pitched this idea, do you think he walked in there like, I got you for 3 whole minutes? Like Spider-Man?
No, that would be an interesting story, though. No, probably not. But, like I said, they have to cast the right person. and I don't know anybody that
Who
could
could
have
pull
the
off the
look.
voice and the look?
Yeah, because I mean,
Would you prefer someone to do an impression of him,
yeah, like I think it needs to be.
or like kind of do their own thing with it?
No, it need like in order for wrestling fans to really get behind it, they have because whenever you talk about Macho Man,
That's the first word you think of. I think of like he's got a weird charisma about him.
yeah, it's I don't know when I think of Macho Man, I just think about the
Spider-Man.
flashiness of no, not at all. Sometimes I forget he was in Spider Man, but I think of the flashiness, the tassels, the cowboy hat, the glasses, and then just the all around voice and the way he does his voice is so
Weird.
interesting.
It's like he's like squeezing his vocal cords.
Yes, and that wasn't always his voice, so it kind of depends on where they're taking it. Like, are they going to start early on and then go through, 20 years of experience or whatever? Because he didn't really start out with that voice, and he kind of just adopted the voice, which it
Like
later
Steve-O.
became. Yeah, and it later became his voice, and so I think my biggest thing for this is having the look, but I think more importantly having the voice, because whenever I hear somebody talking about Macho Man, they either do an impression or they just talk about like his charisma and everything that he gave
I
to
just
wrestling.
did both.
Yeah, kind of. Will Sasso does an amazing impression of Macho Man. And Dan Soder, the comedian, does a really good Macho Man. He does a really good, actually, he does an amazing job at impersonating Andre the Giant. He was on a podcast a couple weeks ago.
I saw that he was talking about the Princess Bride.
Yes.
At one point.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't understand him.
Yeah. So when he pulled that out when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, wow, that is really, really good. But I think Will Sasso has him beat on Macho Man. But yeah, I'm excited for this one particularly, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if it even gets made, because they were supposed to make a Hulk Hogan biopic, and then that kind of with Chris Hemsworth playing the Hulkster, but it fell through and they're not doing it anymore. So
Okay, that kind of got me thinking. If they did a biopic about Steve-O, like going to clown school and like jackass and stuff, do you think the person playing Steve-O should do an impression of Steve-O? Especially when his voice starts to change? Or, hear me out, they just let Steve-O play himself.
that's what I was
Like
thinking.
20-year-old Steve-O, but he's obviously like in his 60s.
Yeah, they just CGI age him, like
Or
de-aged
just
him.
they don't even do it. Kind of do what they did for the Impractical Jokers movie, where they just like put a wig on them.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think that would be funny.
that would be funny. Yeah, but yeah, let's see what happens with this Macho Man biopic. I'm actually really excited for it. When I saw it, I just got like reminisced about what it would look like and what type of stories they would tell, because there's so much with Macho Man that I would like non-wrestling fans to see and kind of go from there. Maybe this could lead up to a bunch of different biopics for wrestlers. Like maybe we'll get the Hulk Hogan one, maybe we'll get a Ric Flair one. A Ric Flair one would be wild.
I wonder if they did a Ric Flair one, do you think that they would have, like, because they almost did this for Rocket Man, because they were going to have a Freddie Mercury cameo in it, but from Rami Malek when he played him in Bohemian Rhapsody, but they thought that would be too, like, a Marvel Cinematic Universe, like.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it needs to, if they're going to do more, they need to keep it all in the same universe, due to the fact that, like, especially between if you get, like,
But would you get Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich?
I don't think they would. They're, especially with Ric Flair, there's so many stories that don't even, like, you could cover so much without going into that smaller territory and starting out with like WCW and then him transitioning to the WWE. Maybe start out a little bit with the, him growing up and then wanting to be a wrestler, kind of going through that phase, but kind of keep that part short and then really go into like WCW and his time in WWE and then maybe even after that when he went to TNA. Like there's so much because I mean he's still going, and I mean not in the ring. No, he had his last match like a year or two ago. But there's so much with him that like I don't think you would need to do that. But if you were to do Macho Man, and then you do a Hulk biopic as well right after, it would look weird if you don't have the guy that plays Macho Man also play Macho Man in the Hulk Hogan biopic, just because those two are so interlocked with each other that it just wouldn't make sense to me to recast somebody to play Macho Man, even if it's a little bit. But which I mean, like I said, they're so intertwined with each other in history, and there's just like you can't. It's almost like you can't have one without the other because of the matches that they had. Obviously, Hulk was already kind of established, and Randy was coming up, and then but there's like a whole story right there that when they were in their primes together, that would actually have really interesting story for a movie.
Weird.
So yeah.
Do you think? I wonder if that'll happen with like, or people in MMA. Like I don't know if there would be like a Gracie's biopic, but because after Bohemian Rhapsody became a trend, every year we've gotten like a musical biopic. Yeah, we're getting the Bruce Springsteen one.
Yeah.
Which trailer for that came out not that long ago. I saw a split second of it, and I swiped up. I heard Jeremy Allen White's voice for like half a second. I'm trying to just avoid trailers and everything, but
yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if this will kind of spark that one again.
Yeah, maybe Smashing Machine is going to spark something too within the MMA world, but
that would be really cool. More MMA movies. I miss like just kind of cheesy ground and pound, just
never back down type movies. Yeah,
or like Warrior. Something.
Well, yeah,
like
Warrior was really good.
There's not a lot of. There's a lot of good like boxing movies. There's not a lot of like great MMA movies.
No.
Like the best one I can think of is Warrior.
Yeah, but I think and people will definitely probably disagree with me, but I think like there's a lot of people that you could do a movie about within MMA, UFC, but it's almost like you have like the very beginning, and then you might have a few here and there, and then you have like more modern UFC fighters that are kind of still going and doing their thing and stuff like that, and so maybe later on down the line we'll probably get more, but might not make sense right now.
Because I can easily like the fighter, Raging Bull, obviously Rocky, like those are iconic.
Yeah,
but then like MMA, probably Warriors, the
Warrior, Never Back Down.
But like ones that like everyone knows. Probably the highest would be Warrior.
Yeah.
There's one that is kind of like Warrior. It's called Embattled. It's just like the less good version. That was great.
Yeah.
But it's between a father and son. It's weird. But and then also Southpaw, $1 Million Baby.
I think for
Cinderella Man.
For those times, it was more so like that was what was popular. Yeah. Boxing was popular. UFC is becoming more and more popular every day. So maybe
I wonder if in like 30 years we'll get that, because like Cinderella Man takes place in like the 40s.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely think that there's room for that to be explored, but maybe not right now. Maybe in the next 5-10 years. We'll see how Smashing Machine does.
Creed. Heard about that for a second.
Yeah, so like I mean, Smashing Machine, if it's received well, which it has already been doing, but by everybody, I think there might be an opening to explore more.
Well, yeah, that's all the news I have.
Me too.
You can see all our social medias and all of our other listening platforms at the website that's in our description. You can come back on Tuesday for a review on him. And after all, tomorrow is another day.